Australians are being encouraged to holiday in their own backyard and support our local tourism industry in the wake of the recent bushfires. Tourism Australia is launching a new campaign today, urging Australians to plan, book and take a domestic holiday. Well, joining us now is Tourism Australia Managing Director Phillipa Harrison. Phillipa, good morning to you. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. So before we get to the new campaign, I just want to address this story on the front page of the Australian today. It talks about the $6.5 billion hit to our economy following the bushfires. Is it as bad as that? It says it's the worst summer ever. That's probably hard to disagree with, but is it that big a hit?
I think people are still trying to come to terms with the tourism impact that we are feeling at the moment, and people are trying to put a number on it. I think it's a little bit early for that, but what we do know is that international tourism bookings are down up to 35% at the moment, so we are going to see a serious impact from these fires.
I mean, that's still a fair amount, isn't it? I mean, you'd have to suggest that would be in, maybe not 6.5, but into the billions.
Yep, absolutely. We are certainly seeing a big downturn in tourism, and that is why we are here today to put out a call to action for all Australians to holiday here this year. Because international business will recover, but it's going to take some time, and we are out there working on that at the moment. But in the interim, the way that Australians can help is by holidaying at home. What
is the campaign? What are you going to do? How do you encourage people to visit here?
So it's a really simple call to action. It's just saying to Australians, if you want to help, and we know that Australians have really opened their hearts and they've opened their wallets and they want to support more. And a really simple way to do that is by having a holiday here. And the reason for that is tourism is just the lifeblood of so many of the communities that are affected by the bushfire season. And by sort of telling Australians we're open for business and getting out there, that is the best way that they can help those communities thrive again. We
just had a bit of an update on the coronavirus. I mean, it's a bit separate from what you're talking about here at the moment.
Yep.
Could that possibly have an impact here as well? I mean, the timing is pretty poor, isn't it, when it comes to travelling?
Yeah, look, we are keeping an absolute watching brief on that. It's really early days. I know that the health authorities are taking the precautionary measures that they have to take, and it's just a little bit too early to see what the impact is going to be on the tourism industry, but we are certainly keeping an eye on it.
Could it have an impact? Is it possible?
Look, absolutely, it's possible, but you know, at the moment, you know, the health authorities have it under control and are you know, taking all precautionary measures, and we will just keep an eye on it.
As far as you can tell, when it comes to tourism here, is there any part in particular that has taken the biggest hit?
You know, what's interesting about this is that we're a large country and a small percentage of it has been directly affected by the bushfires, but actually the downturn in tourism is a national problem. So all areas, whether they've had bushfires or not, are being affected by this. And this is why we need to really encourage Australians to holiday in the bushfire-affected areas, but also taking a holiday somewhere that hasn't been affected is going to help the communities.
Is there a time frame here, though? I mean, because the summer period's ending, kids are going back to school very soon. Have we missed the boat?
Absolutely not. I think you find that Australians are holidaying more regularly now, and it doesn't have to be your big annual holiday. You can take the family and just go for 2 days, and that will make a difference.
Yeah, I mean, this article as well, coming back to this Australian article, talks about caravan parks and places like that have really suffered the worst. These places where people usually stop over on their long drives, and they've suffered 100% loss in income and revenue, and then some businesses have had to shut down. I mean, that goes to show the extraordinary impact that this is having right across the board.
Yeah, and tourism is made up of a lot of big businesses, but also many, many small mum and dad businesses. And that's why it's really imperative that we get onto this right now and we get out there and we start supporting those communities. And those businesses are calling us every day and saying, please help us. We really need people to come and visit, and that is the best thing that they can do for us now.
Sorry, this campaign, it's going out to Australia today, right? Is it going internationally as well?
We are going to extend our efforts internationally. The message will be slightly different, though.
How so?
We haven't worked that out just yet.
Sorry, just to wrap up, any particular countries that you'll be hitting up? The US, obviously, UK, and
absolutely. We are finding that Western markets are more affected by this than Eastern markets. So we are active in 15 markets around the world. We will be going out to all of those markets and just reminding them that Australia is open for business.
All right, very appreciate you coming in this morning.
No problem.
Very busy at the moment, particularly with what's going on. But thanks for dropping in.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.